Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to my Kerbal Space Program Let's Play. Recently, we've been building a space station, and 1.0 came out, which meant I accidentally spent a load of money on a new Kerbal, and also I had to buy a load of parts all over again, which wasn't good. I'm hoping that they kind of fix that in like 1.01 or whatever they're doing next. But we're going to plough on nonetheless. We're going to get some contracts to make as much money as possible. Right. First contract. Well, we've got some active contracts at the minute. Plant a flag on the moon. Okay. Science from data around Kerbin and science data from space around the moon. Okay, so we're going to be going to the moon quite soon. Probably next episode. We're going to get ready for it soon. But we've got ferry a VIP to his destination. Yes, that we'll do that. No problem at all. A suborbital flight. Oh, hang on a minute. This is a little bit different, I think. Let's see. Suborbital flight incomplete. Orbit around Kerbin incomplete. Okay, so he wants to have an orbit and a suborbit. Oh, I see. Okay, so that sounds like two different flights. Okay, well, let's accept the conditions of that trip. We'll get our VIP out there soon. Perform visual surveys of the moon. Probably not at this stage. Build a new surface outpost. It says the outpost must have an antenna, a docking point, and can generate power. Well, and have this facility to support at least 5 Kerbals. You know what? I have a feeling that we're going to be doing that anyway. So let's take that. Surface scans of the moon. Satellite in orbit. Juno, Ike, Minmus. We're going to Minmus soon. Visual surveys of the moon. Right, okay. I think we've got all the contracts we're going to have for now. That's given us some money. Okay, so let's just close this. And I'm just going to head over to our what was this one again? Tracking station. That's it, tracking station. Here we go. Okay, so we've got some debris to clean up from the last time that I did some different bits and bobs. It's all just bits at the launch pad that fell off as the rocket went up to make its delivery to the space station. But now let's go to the space station and have a look at it. Here we go. Now it's looking pretty damn cool, I think. It's missing its main solar power banks and some more lighting, but that's not a problem. But now we have a fuel storage, Kerbal, habitation, the core in the middle, and we've got a lab and science equipment, which I think is brilliant. That is absolutely fantastic. Now, one of our contracts was to transmit or recover scientific data from space around Kerbin. Well, guess what we are? We're in space around Kerbin, and we've got science modules. So let's do that. The only thing is that we've got nobody in this mobile processing lab, so we're going to have to get somebody out. Nedfree, you're coming out. EVA, my friend. Okay, he may be upside down, but he's EVA'd out of the space station pod. Let's turn his lights on so we can see what he's doing. And if we let go with space, I think it is. There we go. Hello? What we got? Oh, there we are. Turn RCS on will help. Yes, so we want to slowly make our way over. Oh, we can see the space station in all its glory now with his lights. Oh, this is brilliant. We need to get some more lights on the space station. We need solar panels, and lights. And more battery power, I think. But let's head towards the space station, because we're going to get him inside this mobile processing lab. We don't want to move too quickly. We don't want to crash into the space station. Up, come on. There we go. Getting pretty close now. Should be able to grab that. There we go. Perfect. Right, we just need to climb down to the hatch and board. Brilliant. Okay, so now he's over in this can. We can do some scientific data. What we're going to do is we are going to observe the materials bay whilst over the ocean. Okay, we're not really going to get much science for this. In fact, we're not going to get anything for transmitting it. But we're going to process it in the lab. There we are. We're going to observe the mystery goo. Why not? Just in case. Yeah, let's process that in the lab as well. We've got another mystery goo over here. The goo seems to have clumped up into a sphere. Let's just keep that data. No, let's transmit it. There we are. Let's do pressure readings, log pressure data. Let's process that in the lab as well. And let's can we do a temperature scan? Log temperature. Process that in the lab as well. Okay, so what we got here? Pressure scan's been done. Instrument reads 0. It's almost as if we're in a vacuum. Let's transmit that as scientific data. Temperature scan was no information, but we'll transmit that anyway. There we go. Transmit all this data. There we go. How's our electricity banks doing? Our electricity banks are doing fine. We've got plenty of power, which is brilliant. So there we go. We have done some data from around space around Kerbin. We transmitted it back. One of the antenna towards the middle here would have extended and sent that back. Maybe we need to put new antennas, a new communication pod on this. I think that would be a good idea, and disable all the other antennas. I don't know if we can do that. Extend, transmit data. Oh no, I don't know. Anyway, we got the scientific data. All we need to do now is click on the lab and clean the experiments to make this science, the materials bay and mystery goo bays usable again. So that's what it's doing now, and it won't take too long to do that. We can see the small text up in the left-hand corner. It's saying it's cleaning it. And it's up to 95 and 100. So you can see the doors have closed. The mystery goo's closed there. And there we go. The other mystery goo's never going to get closed, but I don't care about that as long as we've got one to do. Well, science done from around space around Kerbin. That is the contract completed. Let's bin that information. That's an extra 31,000 in rewards, and let's head back down to the surface. Okay, so now before we do anything else, let's check to see if there's any more contracts. We've got to recover a module from orbit of Kerbin. Oh, right, what's this? Recover the module without damaging it to it. Oh, I'm not quite sure how I would do that. I guess I would need some sort of cargo bet. Oh, wow, that would be quite fun to do. Let's do that. Tick. We might do it. We might do it now. We might do it later. Test electric propulsion system landed at Kerbin. That's easy to do. We're not going to get much from it, but it's going to be quick and easy. Looks like that's all we can do on this side of things. Let's just quickly do that. That contract for the engine. What is it? This one here, the Dawn Electric. I don't think we even need to put any anything else on it. I think we could just do that. I literally think we could just send an untitled craft to the launch pad. Here we are. Here's the little thing, and just activate it. There we are. Contract's done. We've tested it. It may have only been 1,000 credits, but we're sorted. I can recover that now. So we get all of our money back. It cost us absolutely nothing to do that. Bob just nipped down to the launch pad to make sure that that engine was there. 90 science though, so that's quite good. Let's ditch that all now. Brilliant. So that's a little bit more money. Let's just check the contracts. Recover component from orbit. Well, we've already... Did we not get that already? Maybe we could do both in one go. Let's accept that. And let's have a look at them. Now, they give us a lot of money up front. Active, let's have a look. Recover component. Advance 25, completion 60. Yeah, so... yeah, they're about the same there on the components. That could be a good one to do. Let's have a look at our VIP first. So our VIP wants to go into orbit. Fair enough. I'm just burning through these contracts really as quickly as I can. Let's get up. Let's load our last delivery craft. Station delivery craft Mark IV. Let's load that up. Yes. There we go. Here's our station delivery craft. We know this can get us into orbit quite nicely. This is a fairing with the science module in that we launched last time. We're going to get rid of the... Ooh, hang on a minute. Let's see. We don't need the fairing, so let's take... Oh, hang on. We're in fairing mode. Let's take that out. There we go. I don't think we need... Do we need this battery pack? Probably not. Let's just move the RCS to one side. Take off this whole top segment. We don't need that. This is what's going to control the spacecraft. But it does contain electrical charge of 10. That's not really enough. So we are going to keep this rechargeable battery pack attached. Then we're going to put a command pod on the top. Like that. That's going to be for our visitor to travel around in. And I think we will leave things like that. We'll put the RCS on the sides here. Oh, that does angle it a bit, but I'm sure we can fix that. So if I put the RCS there, make sure there's 4 of them. There we go. Let's fix that. No, not offset. Let's fix the angle of the RCS. We want it to be more or less in line. Let's have a closer look at that. Certainly a lot better than it was. Almost perfectly in line. That will do. Right, so we got the RCS ports there, the monopropellant, the fuel tank. I'm fairly sure we're pretty sorted here. With the extra weight not being on here, I can foresee us actually getting really high up. We haven't got any Separatrons on this, but we don't really need any. Let's... Let's put our visitor in. So we've got an empty seat in the command pod. There's our tourist, Milden Kerbin. Get in there, mate. Thank you. So we know we can get this into orbit. I'm just a little bit worried about the top there and it being a bit warm on the heat shieldiness. The one thing that I do want to do though is give it landing legs in case we come back on the ground. Normally I'm not too bothered about these delivery craft, but I am today, mainly because we're carrying a VIP tourist. So let's put 4 of them on. Let's do it there like that. There we go. This is the station delivery craft, which has been rebuilt to be our contract craft. So let's have a look. Contract craft, that's the Mark 9. So this is the Mark 10. Contract craft Mark 10. Wow. We're going to have to delete some of these old contract crafts. There we are, the contract craft Mark 10. Let's save that and we'll head out to our launch. Okay, so here we are out on the launch pad. Let's bring the contracts up and just see what we've got here. So we've got a suborbital flight on around Kerbin and then orbit. So I think we can do that in one go. If not, we're going to do the orbit first and see if we check off the other. Let's bring up our fuels. I like to see our fuels all the time. Check our staging, side boosters, mainsail. Detach the sides, detach from the middle. We're going to have way too much fuel, I reckon, at this rate, but I'd rather have too much on this trip than not enough. There's Milden Kerman down there in the corner. Do you want to go at night, Milden? Or should we go at night? Yeah, let's have a night launch, shall we? Right, SAS on, and away we go. Throttle up to 2/3. Nice clean launch. Let's bring the power down, because with our new aerodynamics, this craft is going to reach high speeds quite quickly, which is very inefficient. Fantastic. Now, I don't want to bring it over onto its side just yet. Normally I probably would, but let's turn that mainsail off. There we are. We're just using the side boosters at the minute. They're boosting along quite nicely. I'm not going to start turning until those boosters are finished. Oh, we're starting to hit the atmospheric effects. Let's bring that mainsail up a little bit. There we go. There we are. I think we're pretty much sorted. Let's get that RCS on, just in case we need it. And let's bring our craft over and bring the contract screen up. Right, so we have to get into space. Ooh, ooh. Steady. Wants to go over a bit more. Okay, it's stabilised now. Right, let's throttle up a little bit. If we throttle up too much, the vibrations might not be very good. Looks like we're good. Okay, map mode. Let's see what we've got here. Now, we don't want to hit the space station. Oh, there's one of the things the module that's going round. Never mind. We'll capture that soon. We want to get quite high. Okay. Right. So, I will see you when I'm getting an orbit ready, and then we'll get this contract sorted as well. Okay, so we're about to get into space, and we've got shed loads of fuel left. Absolutely loads. If there was a module on this, we probably should just go to the Hellish station, International Space Station. Well, there we are. Suborbital flight of Kerbin has been ticked off. We are now in space. So we need to get ready for our manoeuvre, which is going to be in a few seconds. So let's bring our craft over to match our node. The little blue node on the crosshairs there. Now, according to this, it's going to be a 37-second burn to get this thing into orbit. I've added a manoeuvre node, so let's start burning at around 15 seconds. There we go, 15 seconds. Let's bring the power gently up. We shouldn't really spin in space. There's no aerodynamic issues. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Hopefully we're... Oh, God, look. Something's only 12 kilometres away. 4, 3, 2, 1... And that should be our burn. Let's just check the map. We should have an orbit. There we are. 81 and 60. Look, 67 there. That's not going to count as an orbit. Let's remove that manoeuvre node. There we go. If we warp to here, a new feature, let's do it. It automatically time accelerates to the point that you want. There we go. Now we need to just go prograde along our orbit. So that's what the craft is doing now. It's moving, it's rotating round to prograde with the RCS. Like that. And we're going to burn just a little bit more to bring this up above 70. And when we do, it will count as an orbit. There we go. We've got an orbit. There's our VIP. He's quite happy with all his stuff. Now we need to bring this craft back to the planet. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to find the... let's focus on Kerbin. I'm going to find the space center. There's the space center where that debris is. And then we're going to try and come in at that point. And I kind of want it to be I think it might be daytime by the time we get there. So let's just warp to here. So we can only go at 50 times speed at this low distance. We are right next to something there. What are we right next to? There's an object. One of the objects that we've got to pick up with a contract. No idea where it is. No idea at all. It's around here somewhere. Anyway, Oh, it's on a different orbit now. So, I think if we start to decelerate... So let's get ourselves set up on a retrograde. And he would have actually done one full lap of the planet, actually, I think, as well, Milden. I think you would have. Let's get that RCS sorted out. Turn that craft round. Come on. Get it on the retrograde. So our engine on the right-hand side here is pointing in the direction of travel. We are travelling this way around the planet, actually towards the moon at the minute. We've got enough fuel, I think, for this manoeuvre. So we might be able to bring back this craft without actually using any of its fuel. That would be fantastic. Okay, so we're aiming for the space station. No, we're not. We're aiming for mission control. So let's reduce our orbit by doing that. Now, what we got here, that should do, I think. Let's aim for the ocean just in front. I think this is going to do us about right. Now, this fuel tank up here, we're going to have to drop it on our way in because it's not aerodynamic. Well, we could try and land with it, but it's not really the plan at all. So let's turn the SAF system off for now, because we don't want to accidentally use RCS and stuff. Let's time accelerate and get ourselves down to the planet's surface. Okay, so we're time warping 50 times speed. Let's get the SAS. Oh, 1 time speed now, so we're just about hitting the atmosphere. We're out of space. Let's get ourselves retrograde again. Let's use a little bit of RCS to help us. There we go. Now we're still using the reaction wheels. Now remember, we brought up that battery pack, but we didn't bring any solar panels. Oh no, wait, we have got solar panels on this. I stand corrected. I thought I took them off for some reason. Okay, so this fuel container we'll be getting rid of at some point. Probably now is actually a good time to do that, because we don't want to re-enter with this can and tank. It might go horribly wrong. So we're going to get rid of that now. So here we go. We've jettisoned that, and we're just going to let it float away. There we are. A little burst to push it off. And here's the mountains next to the Kerbal Space Center, I believe. So we'll see how that goes. Are we coming in where I think we're coming in? Yeah, I think we are. Look. We're coming in over the Space Center. So I'm actually aiming for the water. The landing legs were just in case. So I'll see you when we get a little closer. Okay, so we're starting to get re-entry effects now on our craft as we hurtle across the land. There's a slight glimmer of a couple of pixels over there on the right-hand side. That's the Space Center. Hopefully this is going to decelerate us. We're actually falling a little bit. Now we're starting to decelerate. We're just starting to decelerate. This whole thing's full of liquid fuel if we want to use it. I think we'll start using that liquid fuel to decelerate us. Yeah. We're using that fuel. We're firing that engine. We're slowing down. There we are. We're just going over the Space Center now. You can see the debris 24 meters beneath us. We're still traveling nearly 2,000 meters per second. It's actually a very quick re-entry. I hope this engine doesn't explode. There we are. We are only 15 kilometers up now, and we're still hurtling at tremendous speeds. We could try using the RCS as well, the monopropellant, but it looks like we're going 1,000 meters per second. God, Milden, you're coming in fast. You're coming in too fast. Oh, now it's starting to slow down big time now. Starting to slow down big time. That engine's doing a lot of work now. There we are. We're going to have to cut that engine soon. Oh, God, what a re-entry. That was an amazing re-entry there. We're just coming in below 300 meters per second, which means I feel safe deploying the parachute. So let's cut the engine and deploy the parachutes. There we go. Milden, you're back. It actually went okay. We completed your contract. I think we get a bonus for bringing you actually back. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, so we've nothing left to do now apart from let this land. We're not far from the space centre, only 62 kilometres, so we're going to get most of the value of this craft back. But I'm going to let it land and then recover the vessel. Oh, it didn't even fall over. Fantastic. So here we are, back at the Space Centre. We didn't get any science from that directly, from that mission, but never mind, from the recovery of the vessel. We got all the parts back, and we got, how much did we get? 95% of the value, so 11,000 funds back. Remember, most of the value of that craft is from all the fuel and side boosters and stuff and things like that. And of course, our tourist came and gained 2 XP and advanced to level 1. Flipping out, Milden, you should actually join the space program. There we are, that's all done. We've got all these notifications, so we've got ferry VIP to his destination safely. We've got a reputation for that. We got money for the travel itinerary being complete. We got money for orbiting around Kerbin and money for suborbital flight. Fantastic. Can I clear the launch pad from here? No. Yeah, can I? Delete what? Mission flag. No, I can't. I don't think I can clear it from there. We'll clear up the launch pad soon. Well, that's brilliant. Let's see what contracts there are. So at the minute, we've got plant a flag on the moon, recover something, moon. Hang on, that's not active. Oh, we've got something to build a surface outpost on Minmus. Oh, nuts. I didn't mean to do that one. Never mind. Test launch escape system landed at Kerbin. Maybe. Build an orbital station around the moon. Maybe. Perform temperature scans on the moon. No. Satellite. No. Okay. Well, we're going to recover these 2 objects from space next. So we'll do that next episode. But let's do some building. Okay. Let's do some building. Come on, there we go. Right, so now this main fuel tank here actually had enough fuel in it to get us into orbit and do pretty much everything that we wanted to do on its own. So we can now dismantle... Why am I off-center with my camera? I have no idea why I'm off-center with my camera. Maybe because I put this off-center. There we go. So we no longer need the command pod at the top. Let's rip that off. There we go. I'm fairly sure... Let's take the parachutes off for now. There we go. Landing legs... we'll probably not bother with that. We're going to come down in the water for this one for sure. Now let's have a look. We need some sort of bay. I don't think we... I don't think we have the ability to do that at this stage. Aerodynamics? Oh, no, we don't. Let's have a look at our research facility. Don't save. We're not bothered. Okay, so over to the R&D department. It's going to cost 1.6 million to upgrade up to level 2. Flipping heck. But that raises the limit up to 500 science. Okay, so what are we missing? Are we missing something really important? We've got 2 things here we haven't bought. But that's fine at the minute. We've got some items here we haven't bought. We've got 9 things here we haven't bought. Oh my word. Fuel systems. God, look at all these fuel cans and stuff that we've got to rebuy. Although we've got money now, so that's not too bad. Okay, that's fine. Landing. Yes. What's this one? Miniaturization, no, don't care about that. Electricity, don't really care about that. Advanced electronics, no. Parts, what can we research? We've got 200 and something science. Command modules might actually be the next one to research, because we probably need some of them for going to the moon and to the base and stuff. I do actually want some of these. Advanced aerodynamics allows us to have another protective shell at a different size, some adapters, more adapters, yeah, and more Avons. Cargo bay, that might be the one. That might be the one. And then, does it do fuselages, liquid fuel fuselages? Oh, and large cargo bays. Right, so let's unlock advanced aerodynamics. There we go. Now I want to unlock heavy aerodynamics, but we don't have the research. Let's check out that small cargo bay to see what it is, and we'll also check out those items floating around in space. How much does it cost to purchase all the parts? 158,000. Not doing that. Okay, so I found the Mark II cargo bay. Let's open that up and purchase it and have a look. So here it is. Oh, it's actually quite big. Let's have a closer look. We might be able to use that. Let's close it up, see how much space size we get in there. We might be able to use that to get our items inside. So let's just exit out of here for now and have a look at the tracking center. Don't save. Okay, so we've got the Hellish station, which is orbiting around Kerbin quite nicely. We've got some contract craft debris, so let's recover the debris. I think we get a tiny bit of money from recovering those debris. There we go. And we've got some components and modules orbiting. So what's this component over here? Let's. Oh, we can't switch to it. We don't know what it is until we get close. Size class A. Hellish station is unknown. Module size class A. Class A objects are the smallest objects where we are able to spot. They usually measure no more than a few meters across. Okay. Okay, let's take the risk. Let's take the risk. Okay, so let's load up our latest delivery craft. There we go. Let's rip the bottom section off. We'll rip the fairing off. We don't need that. Let's put that bottom section back. Let's rip this top section off. Come on. We don't need that. Now, let's have a look for aerodynamics. We have... I mean, we could put a fairing round that to keep it fine, but... what on earth is that? Air brakes. Oh, I love air brakes. Okay, never mind. God, it looks like we're going to have to purchase nearly all the parts for our jet engine all over again. Never mind. Okay, so I suppose I could have a look at maybe cheating that to make it fixed. Ooh, surface scanning modules, survey scanners, a new comms. Right, I need to concentrate here, so I need to know what I'm doing. There's a rocket fuselage there. Adapter. Does that hold? Oh, it does hold liquid fuel. Generic Mark 1 to Mark 2 adapter. And it holds liquid fuel. Let's give it a try, shall we? So let's take that off there. And then we'll take this off as well. We'll buy the adapter. Oh my flipping Nora. Okay, we've turned it upside down. That is one hell of a brand adapter. We could use that as our main fuel tank. How much fuel does this hold? 180. This one holds 360, so that's plenty. That's loads of fuel. This is going to be quite heavy though. How heavy is that to get up there? 4 ton. Although we're not lifting any payload with this, it's normally a delivery craft. Let's see if we can get that cargo bay on top. No, oh god, there's parts everywhere. This is a mess. Well, that could work. Yes, now I feel the need to double that. There we go. And now we need. We're going to have another brand adapter on the top. But we could do another brand adapter and empty it. Is it in tanks? Oh, it's a smaller brand adapter there. Oh yeah, let's purchase that. 14,000. Okay, so. Oh yes, that's more like it. Okay, let's remove that one. That was a bit of a waste of money, but never mind. Let's get this on top. 180 fuel. That's better. Okay, let's put that on there. Put one more on the top. Perfect. Okay, so let's now put the. Why don't you want to? Alright, we'll do it like this then, if you refuse to connect the other way. And then this should connect onto there. Oh, look at that! Oh, that is absolutely and utterly... Right, let's close these. Close. Close. So, we're going to need to bring this down safely, so we're going to need a load of parachutes on it. I'm a little bit worried about the lack of... We're going to have to put a heat shield on the front. We need solar panels, we need RCS, right, we need everything. Utilities. Right, so if we just put some basic solar panels on the side of here, will that do it? Possibly. I think maybe we should put them on here though. So let's rotate them. Oh, actually, yeah, on the side of the cargo bays. Why not? So let's put one there. And... no, not that one. That one. Let's put one here. Is it on the other side as well? Yep, okay. Now we need RCS on this thing. Otherwise we're going to have some problems. So, control. Now, how are these going to fit? Oh, quite nicely by the looks of it. Ideally, I want it like that. And like that. But we're going to have to angle them again. We're going to have to rotate these like we did last time. So, kind of looking something like that. They're almost angled correctly. I'm going to have to hold shift, I think, and that allows me to do smaller... Yeah. Oh, there we go. Perfect, perfect. Now the one's down here. Rotate you. Perfect again. Brilliant. Okay, so we've got RCS for control. Ah! Now we actually haven't got any monopropellant tanks. Let's get a couple of them. And this is where I could have made the whole thing a lot easier, because I'm going to put a monopropellant tank on each end. And, yeah. Then that just makes putting these on a lot easier, doesn't it? God, this is going to be really heavy. I don't know if we're going to actually get this up into space properly. We can try. We're going to give it a go. It's going to cost us 33,000 to do it. Okay, so we've got solar panels. We've got our node on the top there. We want a battery pack on that. Battery pack, battery pack. A utility batteries, aren't they? There we go. Battery on the top. So, okay, so we've got RCS, monopropellant. We've got fuel in these adapters. We've got the main cargo bay. We've got solar panels pretty much everywhere. I'm trying to think if there's a better place to put the solar panels. I'm thinking maybe we could put some... I mean, because solar panels don't cost much. So if I get rid of these ones... Let's get rid of these. These solar panels would probably be better to do, and hopefully they won't fall off. So let's put them up here. Let's rotate them. Rotate the other way. No. No. Yes, that way. Right, there we go. Oh, we want two of them. Got to be symmetrical. If it's not symmetrical, it's not a spaceship. Well, you could argue about that. Right, so we've got solar panels. We've got a battery pack. RCS with monopropellant. A cargo bay. Fuel. Parachutes. Parachutes would actually be helpful in bringing this thing back safely. I'm hoping to do both contracts at the same time here, so that would be absolutely fantastic. Here's the radial mount parachute. Oh, there's another radial mount parachute here. Let's have a look at the difference between the two. Stoked drag, semi-deployed drag, fully deployed drag 500, minimum air pressure 1. What's this one then? Oh, deployment altitude is a lot higher, and it's well, it's just a higher... Right, okay, this one's fine. So, I'm thinking, if we put one of these on each side, kind of here, and then, because this thing is pretty much even in weight, if we put one on each side over here, it should land on its side. Should it not? Oh my goodness, what have I built? Well, I'll tell you exactly what I've built. I built the Contract Craft Mark 11. There we go. Now, the only last thing to do is we're going to go into aerodynamics. See, we've got different heat shields here. We're going to buy the medium heat shield. It's quite cheap to buy. It's quite cheap to put on the craft. And I'm thinking we put it... actually, that's bit flipping big. Okay, let's buy the small heat shield. And... there we go. That's what I wanted to do. And if we plonk that on the top there, it should just cover the solar panels. Now, can we deploy them? Can't even flip and click on them now. That might have been a bad decision. Right, okay, what we're going to do, we're going to pick up the solar panels, and we're going to put them sideways. Like this. No, I'm not sure about this. Right, you know what? Screw it. We're putting solar panels on the old way. Back to how I had it. We're going to have a few on here like this. They're cheap enough. They're only 100 each. There we go. There we go. If they fall off during re-entry, they fall off during re-entry. They should be fine. And actually, because we've got the heat shield up here like this, let's get rid of this battery pack. Oh, that's too big. Let's buy the smaller battery pack. There we go. And then we can just put, if I rotate these, just put 4 of them on like this. Oh, yes! Yes! There we go. The Contract Craft Mark 11. Beautiful. Oh, flipping it. This is not going to work. This is never going to fly. This is never going to do the whole contract. We're going to run out of monopropellant. It's all going to go horribly wrong. Well, there we go. We're going to take this out to the launch pad next time. Join me then to see if it actually does anything like what I want it to. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the episode, remember to give it a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. And any thoughts, ideas or questions, put down in the comments. I also have Facebook, Twitter, and a load of other social media stuff, and links to all that is in the description as well if you want to keep up to date with the different things that I'm doing. Video news, announcements, and also game giveaways. That is all for now. Thank you very much for watching. And until I see you next time, goodbye.